Well, here we come with the player ratings of Nottingham 0, Manchester United 2, a game that really showed that Erik ten Hag is a cook of the year, according to me, because however much his ingredients are really lacking, he happens to come out with the perfect meal. That is Erik ten Hag for you. And as we beat Nottingham Forest on Sunday at the City Ground, the intensity was relentless and obviously it was unceasing. So we just put ourselves in a position of really winning that game of football because it was really well called for. A bounce back required, having drawn with Sevilla, giving up a 2-goal lead against Sevilla, and then we almost even lost that game of football. Lost 2 players, that is Lisandro Martinez and Rafael Varane. Lisandro Martinez out for a season, Rafael Varane returning in 3 weeks. So it puts us in a situation of really understanding what Erik ten Hag is all about and what he has always gone ahead to do in the training sessions of Manchester United. Welcome to this channel. Good morning. How are you guys? And where you're watching us from? Lokan David is my name. Smash the like button. We are left with a handful of subscribers to hit 12,000 subscribers. Guys, continue to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. Now, where should we start from? I think David De Gea, right? David De Gea, the goalkeeper of Manchester United, never had a shot to save, but had lots of balls to punch from his 6 years box area. So that means they never directed a shot towards the goal of United that was on target. All their 6 shots they had just went over the bar, and they couldn't cause any harm to David De Gea. His ball distribution was really on point. I really liked it. What does that mean to us? Next season, we might be having one of the best ball distributors in the world, all ball playing goalkeepers in the world, because the way he's trying to turn it out is really important. A clean sheet kept, 14 clean sheets kept this season, topping that table of the Golden Glove winner of the season, meaning that if out of the 8 games remaining, if we can keep more clean sheets, I think we are really ready to really see David De Gea lifting it. I'm giving David De Gea a 7 out of 10 for me. A 7 out of 10 for me. He never had a save to make. The ball distribution he made on Sunday, out of this world. 7 out of 10 for me. I go to Aaron Wan-Bissaka. Looking good defensively, and in the offensive he's improving game in, game out. Just shows you that he has more of room of improvement in his game. That's why I just keep really wanting to watch him game in, game out. But Ten Hag is really a magician. If at all he can turn Aaron Wan-Bissaka into a player like that for just half a season, what if he has him for a full season and for pre-season for like 3 months in the pre-season, because the pre-season will kickstart in July. I think it will kickstart in July, and obviously some half a month, and obviously we get back to the season. So Bissaka had a lot to do in the offensive and the defensive area, and I'm giving him a 7 out of 10. Aaron Wan-Bissaka. Let's go to Diogo Dalot, a player that really played very well, led by example onto the left back. Ten Hag played him on the left back because Tyrell Malacia, it's rumored that he's injured. Something I don't even believe. I believe he was just dropped because of how he really performed against Sevilla at home. He really almost gave away a goal in the first 50 minutes of the game. Then he found himself in a position of really gifting a goal that happened to be the first one that really brought Sevilla back into the game. I think it was just put there to know that every time you do a mistake, you are answerable to it, and I think that's what Ten Hag did. But him being injured, let's wait and see the game of Sevilla. I expect him to be part of that squad traveling down to Sevilla. But I'm giving Dalot 7.5, scoring a goal, also 100 appearances, scoring his first Premier League goal for Manchester United. That is Diogo Dalot for you. Remember, at the beginning of the season, he would have gone ahead to get himself that goal, but what happened? As it went to the back of the net, it really hit the player of Brighton, and it really went into the back of the net. So it never counted on him. This time around, it was a very good effort put in by Antony, and the goal really counted in his favor and his name. So 7.5 for me for Diego Dello. We go to the central defense, Harry Maguire, getting a 5.5 out of 10 in the game of Sevilla, though he played 45 minutes. This time round, I think he's going to get an upgrade. Though he really had some moments where luck played in his favor. On another day, would have been sent off the field of play. Secondly, he would have really considered a penalty, and United would have seen themselves really die in the hands of Harry Maguire again, having really considered an own goal against Sevilla. Would have put himself in a situation of really conceding another one or really gifting a penalty when that ball really got locked into his hands, you know. But VR said no. There was even another moment that was called in for, but he just tried to do the needful. That is Harry Maguire getting a yellow card at the beginning of the game, 2 minutes in, fouling Awonyi at the center line, getting a yellow card. Very much worried about him, but obviously he kept it going, kept it tight to the back. I'm giving him a 6.5 out of 10. Lindelof Victor, this is what we always talk about. There is a huge difference between Lindelof and Harry Maguire. I think the only thing that Harry Maguire does better is like heading that ball because he's taller than Lindelof. But even if Harry Maguire is out, Lindelof can get the job done. If I told him Erik ten Hag in the game away, in the game we are playing away against, Sevilla, I play Lindelof, but I think he might be bothered with playing Harry Maguire and Luke Shaw in the central defense. Reason being, he doesn't want Lindelof to be injured because Harry Maguire is out of the tie of the Brighton FA Cup semi-final. But if I'm Erik ten Hag, I don't give myself a chance. You know, I don't try. I just go in for Lindelof and Luke Shaw if at all he's fit. But Lindelof, 7 out of 10 for me. Solid 7. He really looked great. Dictating play from the back, looking composed, you know, making good game reading that led to good interceptions and blocks. He is really a very good defender. And I think this spell that Lisandro Martinez and Verana out is really going to put him in the shop window. And maybe Ten Hag might change his mind on Lindelof and says, all right, I'm going to be giving you minutes more regularly, because before we went to the international break, it was Harry Maguire who was not playing very many minutes. After the international break, it's Lindelof who is really not playing or getting in minutes. Then we go to Casemiro. Obviously, when he's back, playing in front of that back four, shielding it, connecting the midfield to the attack, we are good. We look good. He doesn't go a lot into reckless tackles. I think that's something he has learned about the Premier League, that sometimes when it's uncalled for, don't go in for it. Like that game of Southampton, I think it was uncalled for him to go in for such a nasty tackle, and I think it went well in his memory lane that you should only go in for it when it's called for, because if you go in for it and it's really nasty and they send you off, we remain 10, we lose the game of football, right? If you stone the field of play, even if we concede a goal, we can really go back and really score 3, you know? So that shows you how United is going to have to improve, and Casemiro making us better. Casemiro, 7.5 out of 10 for me. Casemiro, 7.5 out of 10 for me. Eriksen, the lad just looks like he has ice in his lungs. This guy is really great player. Came in through after Sabitzer was ruled out, when he really damaged his muscle in the final preparations for the game as they're really warming up for the game, and he found himself in a position of really not playing. Eriksen came in through, played very well, and I think there is magic in Eriksen, you know. And you call Ten Hag a magician, because Eriksen in his entire life, he had never played into a number 8 position in a double pivot. Never. But Ten Hag just put him in that position and improvised him to really get that ball out of the back four. And obviously Eriksen is growing into that career. And with him just 30 years of age, playing him in that position can really see him play until he's 40, because you've seen Luka Modric. He's 38, 39, but he's still playing in that position because of how good he is when he's having that ball. So Eriksen, for me, he goes for a 7.5 out of 10 also. Let's go to Bruno Fernandez Borges, central attack midfielder, had close to 4 shots on target, released players as it was called for the first goal. He was really so much important in the build-up. Guys, Bruno was Bruno. Bruno Fernandez was Bruno, and he put in what we call a man of the match contender performance. You know, he was really great. He looked good on the day, and I really enjoyed him that way. He never put a foot wrong. You know, there were games that Bruno came in and was really petulant, you know, but this time round he found himself in a situation that he never gave away the ball sloppily. That is Bruno Fernandez Borges for you. I'm getting him an 8.5 out of 10 for me. He really reached those levels. He knocked those levels. Jadon Sancho, guys, I'm happy about Sancho. In the previous games that has gone ahead to start, against Brentford, against Everton, against Sevilla, against Nottingham Forest, one thing he has maintained that had put him out of this team, that is the intensity. It's unceasing. He tracks back, he runs, you know, and when he gets that ball, he has started to take off players. However much his pace is limited, but he's trying to improvise and find himself taking off players. And he's doing great. He's doing great. In the absence of Marcus Rashford, I think he's giving us some cameos that we are not regretting for Marcus Rashford to really return early enough and really cost his season again. Sancho, great player. And I like his confidence on the ball. He's always secure with it. Finding that final pass, great player. He would have found himself on target in that first minute of the game, but he just never concentrated enough in front of goal because he was in the 60 yards area and he went in for a shot anyhowly. So Sancho, I'm giving him a 7 out of 10. That is Jadon Sancho for you. We go to Antony. 1 goal, 1 assist. Could have found himself on another day with another assist and another goal, but obviously he's turning into a player that I really want. And I think he's getting signals and messages from the championship that Amad Diallo is tearing up the league, and he needs to go ahead and really show the manager that he's really going to be obedient to what the manager tells him to do. More direct, doesn't break off when he's really into the tennis box area in front of the opponent, just continues going, you know, going in for cutbacks, going in for assists, crosses. I think he had one of his best games for United yesterday on Sunday. That is Antony. And what's my rating for Antony? It's an 8.5 out of 10. 8.5 out of 10. Got his 4th Premier League goal of the season, and that is his 8th and his 3rd assist of the season, meaning that he's now having 11 goal involvements. That is Antony. If at all Antony can have a total number of 20 goal involvements in his first season at Manchester United, he would have gone ahead to even punch beyond his weight, because this team is really unreliable. And obviously, if you are Antony and you're putting such performances towards the end of the season, expect him to really continue to be a threat to the teams he's really facing. So I'm giving him an 8.5 out of 10. Anton Martial, guys, whenever we are playing with him, we look a much more better team. You saw how he crafted out the first goal. We lose the ball, he runs and obviously presses the player of Nottingham Forest, pokes that ball in with his front boot. It finds Bruno Fernandez. Bruno Fernandez goes with an immediate return pass. Anton Martial faces the goalkeeper. The angle was really tight. Hits it. The goalkeeper punches it out. And unfortunately for Nottingham Forest, unfortunately for Manchester United, it falls into the domain where Antony was, and Antony tapped it in the back of the net. And very many other times, you know, he just kept us going and is looking more fresh and hungry, and that is what you get from 100% fit Anton Martial. Would have found himself on target, you know, even on goal towards the 70th minute when was really taken off. Casemiro went in for a very calling back post cross and Anton Martial headed it wide. That's it. So Anton Martial, 7.5 for me. Decent game, played 70 minutes in his tank. I think in the game of Sevilla, he'll be good to go for 80. That's it. And I think in the game of Brighton, he'll be good to be playing 90. according to what we are having from the sources coming in from the team of Manchester United. We go to the substitutes. Fred, 6.5 out of 10. Wout Weghorst, 6 out of 10. Who else came on through? I think those are 3 substitutions that Erik ten Hag made in that beautiful fixture of Manchester United versus a side called Nottingham Forest. Erik ten Hag, 8 out of 10 for me. Learning from his mistakes and obviously correcting them. That's the best you'll ever get from a manager like Erik ten Hag. Only 2 substitutes came in through, and my man of the match is Antony. But with Bruno Fernandez also, you tell me Bruno, I agree. I nod my head in acceptance. That's it. So, my man of the match is Antony. What else haven't we talked about? The referee, I think he really deserves like a 6.5 out of 10 or 7. He kept the game flowing, you know. So, that's it for me, guys. So your reactions to the player ratings are welcome in the comment section below. Tell me who your man of the match was. Rate these players from the one that started the game until to those who that really came in through. That is Fred and Weghorst, into the comment section below. I sign out for now. See you later, and I cover you all in the precious blood of Jesus Christ. My Muslim friends, Ramadan Kareem, you are just 5 days away. 5 days away from your Eid celebrations. So don't break your fast. Don't break your fast. Don't destroy your fasting, because Allah, or God, is up there weighing your fast. Guys, good morning. I'm out.